Hello students, you know that there are different type of life processes found in all living organism. Out of them, one is respiration and other life processes are like expression, reproduction, digestion, etc. Today we will discuss about respiration in different types of organism, but in this video I will discuss you how human beings respire. For going to this respiratory system, before going that, I want to explain you what is respiration. Actually, in general terms, we take respiration as breathing only. But breathing is different from respiration. Breathing includes two types of mechanism. These are inhalation and the second is exhalation. Inhalation means to take in the air and exhalation means to give up. Actually, if we talk about composition of air, it includes all types of gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur dioxide, and except these dust particles and water vapor is also found in air. But the gas which we take inside, if we talk about it, it will have more amount of oxygen in it, and the gas or air which we will give up, it will include more amount of carbon dioxide. So in exhalation, the composition of carbon dioxide will be more, and in inhalation, the composition of oxygen gas will be more. This oxygen gas will be taken in, it will through our nostrils, it will reach to our lungs, and from their lungs, this oxygen will be supplied to all parts of our body with the help of blood. And the blood will collect carbon dioxide from different parts of our body, and it will be taken to the lungs, and from the lungs it will be exhaled out. In this manner, exchange of gases occur in our body, and collectively it is known as breathing. Now, the second part which we are going to discuss is cellular respiration. Cellular respiration, as this term indicates, this process occurs inside the cells. That means the oxygen which is carried to all cells of our body with the help of blood. Blood acts as a transportation medium here. So blood will carry this oxygen, and this oxygen will combine with a pigment known as hemoglobin. It is found in our red blood corpuscles. This hemoglobin will combine with oxygen and it will form oxyhemoglobin. Now this compound with oxyhemoglobin will reach to all parts of our body, and it will reach inside the cells. Inside the cells, the exchange of gases occur. And how does it occur? It will occur with the help of a biochemical process, and this is known as process of respiration, and it is just opposite of the chemical reaction of photosynthesis. Here, what is this process? The process of respiration is that the food which we take in after digestion, it will get assimilated. After digestion, it will be absorbed in the form of glucose in the blood, and blood will send this glucose to all cells of our body. So in each cell, glucose is formed after digestion of the food, and in each cell, oxygen will reach from the lungs. Now both these will combine together, and this chemical reaction will occur there. This is the formula for glucose. Here oxygen gas will combine with it, and carbon dioxide gas will be released, water vapor will be released, and loss of energy is also released. And this energy will get stored in our cells in the form of ATP molecules. And whenever we do any work, we will utilize this energy in the form of ATP. Now, we have to balance this reaction also. Now here 6 molecules of oxygen are used, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide will be released, and 6 molecules of water vapor will be released. This is the biochemical reaction of respiration. Now we will read about how respiration occurs in human beings. For doing this, we will learn about respiratory system. Now I will discuss about human respiratory system. In human respiratory system, as you are seeing in this picture, different parts are there. It starts from nostrils, then goes through nasal cavity, then pharynx, after that trachea and lungs. One by one we will discuss about all these parts. As you know that we inhale the oxygen gas with the help of our nostrils, and in our nostrils mucus and small hair are formed. What is the function of these hair and mucus? As you know that in atmosphere different type of germs or the dust particles can be found. Whenever we inhale the air, these dust particles or small germs will not enter inside our lungs. They will be stopped there only inside the nostrils with the help of these hair and mucus. So this will not enter in our lungs and protect us from them. After entering the nostrils, this air will reach nasal cavity, and through that a small part which is known as pharynx. From the pharynx a small tube is connected that is known as trachea. And in trachea there is a small tiny opening which is connected with the food pipe, because both trachea and food pipe go through our neck region. And this opening is covered with the help of a lid-like structure that is known as epiglottis, and this opening is also known as glottis, and the lid is known as epiglottis. And whenever we are eating food, and at the time of taking or eating food, if we talk much or if we laugh at that time, what happen at that time? Some food particles sometimes enter in our trachea and it causes problem also. So to prevent that problem, this opening is covered with epiglottis. And that's why it is said that when we are taking food, we should not talk much, or we should not laugh, or we should not do any other activity. Now, from this trachea, two branches will form. These are known as bronchi, and each bronchi will go in each lung. This is trachea, and it will divide into two bronchi, and once the single form of bronchi is bronchus, and this each will go into each lung. Now, in these bronchi will divide into different type of branches, and these branches are known as bronchioles. And each bronchiole will reach into a small sized air sac or a small sized compartment that is known as alveoli. And all these alveoli will get oxygen with the help of these bronchioles here. Now, exchange of gases occur in these lungs only, in these small sized alveoli only, which are separated with the help of a membrane-like structure. Here, exchange of gases will occur. That means oxygen will be, and the blood capillaries are also attached with these alveoli, and the oxygen will reach to the blood, and it will collect carbon dioxide from the blood, and it will be exhaled out from the same passage from our body. This is the method of breathing which completed in the lungs only. Now we will explain about what is the mechanism of this breathing, and for understanding this we will do an activity. And as you are seeing in this picture, here we will make a model of human respiratory system, and here two balloons are there, and in this model a small rubber seat is attached with this model. Here when you stretch this rubber seat, the volume inside this model will increase, and when this will increase, the size of the balloons will also increase. That means balloons will expand in their size. It means that the less pressure is there inside this model, and after that this model is actually of chest cavity, and this model will represent of chest cavity. And when you will release this rubber seat, you will see that the volume inside the chest cavity will decrease, and the gas inside the balloon will expand out. This is the same mechanism which is When we inhale the oxygen gas, the size of these lungs will increase. And how it is possible that below these lungs there is a thin hard plate is found, and that is known as diaphragm. This is diaphragm, and this diaphragm, when it will rise up, it will decrease the volume of the chest cavity found here, and so the carbon dioxide will be easily expelled out. That is a process of exhalation will occur. When this diaphragm will be lowered like this, the volume of the chest cavity here will increase, and the size of these lungs will increase, and inhalation process will occur. Continuously, this lowering and rising of the diaphragm will occur, and as we will do the process of breathing. In this manner, this mechanism of breathing is completed in our body.